Position, set up, defensive with that Wattson. Not running a Wattson anymore. That's a big change for TSM. We have to see if their gameplay is going to change to follow. Meanwhile, on board the Rogue, we saw them get knocked earlier by the hands of a gentrifying Thermite. They're all back in this one, and it looks like Complexity is going to take out NRG, and it looks like Rogue's in the mix as well. So we have Complexity, NRG, and Rogue in a three-way fight right now. Looks like Rogue and Bazooka's team thrown in the mix as well, I believe. Just like that drop, going to take out 2 from NRG. All of NRG eliminated from this one. We're down to 13 squads.
Man, it's a pretty efficient push there from Rogue, and when they are on and clicking, they are certainly doing so. However, I think we just saw a snipe down go down very quickly in the feed, if I'm not mistaken, so they do need to be careful that they did not just overextend, because as you said, there were certainly a lot of third-party opportunities that were around.
That's exactly right. On board now with Godsent, a team you may have heard of. They performed very, very well in our online tournaments. Got top 3 once or twice, I believe. Maybe just one time, as they've always been a consistent finalist and consistent finisher. Kubsky, Harky, and Yubin currently on board. They have some good high ground, but they're going to have to hit this rotation within 30 seconds, and it's actually going to be more easier said than done as they're getting tagged up. Notice the difference here. Ring number 4, game number 1, 13 squads left in Europe. Obviously a different finish. It was a fragment finish, but we saw 19 squads left in the same exact scenario. A lot of aggression coming through from the Americas so far. Speaking of which, LTP gets himself in a fight.
Oh man, and they are in a lot of trouble here at bottom epicenter. They need to be careful. It's really all up to Tech, and now he's going to throw that drone out just for a second, and now just desperately going to try to get away. You know that teams are going to be wrapping around here, and we'll see exactly what he can do. Actually, if Wraith's going to queue out, so that might give him an odd opportunity due to some third party from the other angle. I have no idea how he has managed to stay alive all this time, Fallout. There he goes.
Yeah.
Sentinel's a team we still have to worry about for sure, but TSM has done well to not only establish presence at the top stair location, but as you said, also just really, looks like not even really leaning or relying on the comp, but instead still relying on that early rotate that got them that position.
The red rotation is going to come through from Sentinels. They got to be careful. Godsent is to their left. There was another team that was stacked with Godsent as well. Here comes the fight. Good shots put in so far. But guess what? It's still TSM that's picking up a couple kills on Prodigy, Aces, and Co. Sentinel some way, somehow is able to get inside the ring, but it is TSM absolutely raining fire on the entire lobby. They are playing near perfect with this new composition. You'll love to see it if you're a TSM fan. Imperial Hal, Reps, and Alberlelli on top right here, right now.
I mean, you saw Sentinel trying to climb, and they climbed right into a TSM. Like you said, they're just raining hot death from up top, and my God, we've seen them do it before, but did Hal and TSM call that circle perfectly? They knew exactly where to go. You can bet that they've encountered this in scrims quite a bit here as we go to our top 4 squads here, Fallout.
And guess what? Monsoon's still alive, I believe. So if you're a fan of Complexity, Monsoon is currently ratting. The last member alive, he took out Yubin of Godsent and is still in this. So 4 squads remain. One of them is one player. It's Monsoon. Looks like Vaxion's going to get taken out. Team Liquid in this as well. Team Liquid Casper to the hands of TSM. So that old school TSM versus Team Liquid rivalry we saw in Apex continues true as TSM takes out TL Casper. 2 more members alive. It's Nocturnal. He gets taken out. So now we have Complexity, TSM, and I believe it might be Godsent. No, it's not. It's actually Zanile's team. Yeah, we're used to seeing TSM play positioning, maybe get 7, 8, 9 kills. 15 kills currently for TSM. But here comes the push from Skirt, another former champion of our online tournaments and ALGS series, as now it's actually going to be Skirt that somehow gets the high ground here. Not the ultimate high ground, but sorry, somehow able to get within the building that we just saw Revenant from TSM holding. It looks like Alberlelli decided to give that up, play for ultimate high ground, and that ultimate high ground here, Bravo, should be enough. An interesting finish, though, is we have a top of building, mid and bottom building to close this one out.
Absolutely. Look how much the trade is making this difficult. Oh my goodness, you would not expect the trade at the last second. And of course, there's going to be, we need to start looking at heals because heals are going to start coming into the fray here. Actually, there's going to be some totems here for the side of TSM as they get ready to drop, and then we'll have to see if they actually make the decision to drop. They're actually going to do so. Alberlelli is still up. We actually have reps still in the totem as well, and they should be able to close this one out. But instead, now taking a look at the heals, as I said, we're going to need to keep an eye to see where those med kits are at as things are now thinning out. It is a heal off in the end. TSM, we do see one player going down, Hal still up, and in the end, it's Skirt who wins the heal off.
TSM here already made their way over to Tree, though, girl. A early rotation again from Team Solo Mid.
Yeah, it's really surprising. They're playing the games really well without a Pathfinder. It's like they already have the Pathfinder knowledge ingrained in their brains, and they're going for those end zones anyways, and they're able to make this aggression. Doing the crypto ultimate, will they be able to get the kill on this team on the inside? They're throwing in the thermites. while putting in a lot of damage. One person goes down on team aim assist. Will they be able to finish off the last two?
Rocket trying to get back up to full HP. You can see Nathan, he's got a slither of health to work with. Brazukas, well, not really much to work with at all. Two players have been dropped here, and it's going to be up to best 9 to try and skirtle away here and find himself a pretty little rock to hide himself behind. Solar Fide now making the air push on this building as well, and they've got a Peacekeeper in hand as well. So any short range fights that are going to go down, they're going to feel pretty confident that here is one of those fights, but confidence is one thing, hitting your shots is another, as the pressure now falls onto Metro and Clarify to win this fight, and somehow Solar Fide, having lost that first player.
Can't walk up with them. I altered them.
Claire.
Right here, Claire. Come here, Claire. One's close on me. Crack two. Crack 3, knocked 1. We're good. Just keep moving forward. Behind me.
33.
Guys, move forward. I'm armor swapping this.
You have the bubble.
Bubble now. Bubbling forward.
We're not safe.
I don't think we're in. Just stay alive for as long as you can, try. Play for yourself. I have 14. If you have Q, use it.
How, bro?
We had 6.
They dealt so much damage there, but unfortunately the bubble was a little too short, so they weren't able to sit in the zone safely, and then they went down. Here we are with Complexity though, pushing into the edge of zone, getting a knock on Senpai. Absolutely destroying with the massive, gets the whole squad wipe. There we are.
We can't walk up with them. I altered them.
Claire.
Right here, Claire. Come here, Claire. One's close on me. Crack 2. Crack 3, knocked 1. We're good. Just keep moving forward. Behind me.
33.
Guys, move forward. I'm armor swapping this.
You have the bubble.
Bubble now. Bubbling forward.
We're not safe.
I don't think we're in. Just stay alive for as long as you can, try. Play for yourself. I have 14. If you have Q, use it.
How, bro?
We had 6.
They dealt so much damage there, but unfortunately the bubble was a little too short, so they weren't able to sit in the zone safely, and then they went down. Here we are with Complexity though, pushing into the edge of zone, getting a knock on Senpai. Absolutely destroying with the massive, gets the
but they just didn't really have the comp to follow up. Now they have Revenant Crypto, they have an EMP from Crypto to take advantage, to get an advantage in fights, and they're doing a combination of both, playing with progression and they're early rotating, and so far so good. TSM on top of 33 points back where they believe they belong. Meanwhile, another team that plays with a new meta, new comp with Bloodhound, they've done so in the last 3 online tournaments. It is Complexity, the addition of Shiny, one of the 2 McCarthy brothers alongside Muffins on this team, and Complexity in second place, right behind TSM with 26 points.
And they're absolutely wasting no time as you see them getting them right away. It's actually going to be Cruelty, the Columbia team, on our screen for one of the first times here in this series. They're taking in a lot of damage, even though with that height, Complexity able to do quite a bit of damage there. They need to be careful, and when you see that sonar coming in, you know the scans are coming in from Reptar, and that is the stuff of nightmares, folks.
That's exactly right. And it looks like actually they're actually going to get the damage here. Monsoon, 2 HP. The Dream right now going to survive. He's going to get knocked on the way down. So Team Cruelty not giving up without a fight. They take out one. It is the playmaker for this Complexity squad. It's Monsoon. Now it's a straight up 2 versus 2. Who comes out on top? Guess what? He's going to catch one with his pants down. Huge shot. Turns around. The Gibraltar shield is going to be crucial. It's all up to Duvan. Duvan's been down 1. It's Shiny. Now comes down to a 1 versus 1. Reptar versus Duval for the who stays alive, stays on top in this.
Wow, Reptar needs to be very careful here. Still has Beast of the Hunt, so he's going to try to get these shots down, able to get even more damage with that 301. And my oh my, did Complexity choose quite a battle here. Cruelty has stood up so far, and we'll see if both teams nope out of this. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to end.
This is a crazy 1 versus 1, a crazy early game 3 versus 3 fight. It comes down to a pure Uno v Uno. Reptar versus Duval of Cruelty team to see who will come out on top. Reptar, of course, has his scan. He's going to be able to get some intel. He wants to survive so bad. That's why he's kind of double backing for it rather than playing with aggression. Duval's not letting go of the gas pedal. He's playing with aggression here. He wants to go out of this fight. Instead, Reptar's going to get some good shots in. It all comes down to this. He's going to get a melee. Reptar with 1 HP.
For ping, so we know these lobbies can be pretty challenging for them as well, but it's great to see multiple regions here on the ALGS broadcast for the first time within the summer circuit.
That's exactly right. We got to give not only a warm welcome, but a special shout out and kudos to our South American and, of course, Middle East and African teams over in the EMEA side of things for playing with a little bit more ping, doing what they can, and still competing at a high level. You love to see it. Meanwhile, back into the action here. Looks like NRG, once again, in a difficult situation. They haven't had the best series so far. Hal's going to take out one. Guess what? It is TSM that they're up against. Hal gets the first kill, the first pick. Meanwhile, Frex is going to return the battle on Hal. Hal gets eliminated, or at least down so far in this one. Grenades are going to start flying. 2 versus 2 fight. NRG versus TSM.
Absolutely good damage here coming in. That's what you expect to see out of Nathan there with that 99 spray. He's going to actually have to just throw down this TP, see if they can get even closer into Lava City North. And this is one of the most punishing areas. Exactly where Nathan is right now is where you're going to see a lot of carnage throughout this entire game. Whenever you need to see teams that are rotating all the way into Lava City, when they're making that western route from Sorting into Lava City, there's not a lot of real estate there. It's also an uphill climb, and you can't really even go along the track, so you have to take that uphill route. And that's why you see a team like NRG trying to take that earlier rather than later.
That's exactly right. Meanwhile, back into the action here. Looks like Imperial Hal did get revived, but got knocked right after by Senok of Sentinels. All up to Alberlelli and Reps, of course. You have Revenant, you have Crypto alive. Both going to turtle up for now. Totem's been dropped, but they do have a very aggressive Sentinel squad right outside of them. Sentinels really was the first team to define that uber-aggressive meta way back in 2019. Obviously, I've had some roster changes since then. Cruelty, meanwhile, going to pick up some kills as well. Alberlelli just going to back out of this fight, reset. They might have to let Imperial Hal die in this scenario if they recognize Rogue is also in this fight. It is a 3-way fight between Sentinels, Rogue, and TSM.
Absolutely. Rogue's a team I wanted to talk about with you, Fallout, because we talked a lot about them coming into this tournament, and for good reason, just because of where they sit in the leaderboard, ranked #1 overall due to how strong they've been in the summer circuit. But let's not forget, they find themselves in 18th right now after 2 games. So they've got a lot of games to play yet, 4 total here. As we take a look actually at Reps, who has lost 2 players here on the TSM side, and going to need to just slow it down, get a little bit of a drone out to see exactly if he has time to heal, but instead going to go back towards the choke.
Yeah, as he does, I think he got shot at, got a little nervous, and now Rep's in a very difficult position. He's going to be forced to just rat his way to a hopeful top 3 finish. Finds himself a nice little corner, nice little crevice, doing crypto things. Any crypto mains out there certainly can relate to this moment. Is he just going to stay sneaky, stay hidden? He's really going to turn around and try and sneak. He can blend it with a rock, but it's not going to work out. Reps has to fight. He's going to fight 2 or 3, get some good shots in, but it's not going to be enough. Reps down to 60 HP. He's going to get taken out.
North here to try to head this route, but they're taking their time knowing that there's teams that are above on top tracks, and one of those, of course, is Bazookas.
That's exactly right. So they're going to be running into Bazooka's team here momentarily. Get some good shots in. That's 41 damage with the wingman. Good wingman shots for sure. If they decide to take this zip, well, it might be into the enemy opponents actually. An ultimate's going to be dropped. Defensive bombardment through from Gibraltar, and now, thank goodness for the Gibraltar bubble, but it is going to be in the zone, so they didn't throw far enough to kind of give them the cover that they needed. Might be dangerous for this Zeratricky squad. As Bazooka's team just doing a great job gatekeeping, getting some great shots in. The Brazilians coming in clutch. One of our consistent qualifiers here from South America.
Absolutely, and take a look at the feed here. I'm not sure if all the Bazookas players are able to get out of it entirely. Look at Complexity in the feed, though, and this is what we were worried about. We didn't catch it, though, but Complexity not able to make that rotation as they were timing the edge, as well as that choke southern push. Not able to get out of it, but we now have to focus on who is left. 10 squads left, HRN here holding, and just going to continue to rain in damage of those teams that are around at the dome. Make sure that no one pushes up too close on them, because they want to hold this for the time being. They're going to need to make a little bit of a move, but for right now, they'll have good gatekeeping opportunities.
Exactly right. HRN, so to stay healthy, we have to stay healthy. We don't have a ton of heals. Small decisions, small call-outs that they have, and the chemistry they have as a team makes a difference. Very good job setting up, holding different angles, making sure they can maintain that inside position as other teams are fighting outside. And guess what? One of them is aim assist with ultimate high ground.
I'm not sure they meant to drop down here. The result was actually going to drop down. Actually, it looks like he did indeed able to hit those PK shots pretty easily, and the rest of the teammates with height as well. You called it out perfectly, though, Fallout. Great stuff there from Solafide. I love what I heard specifically from Pride. Really keeping the team with a cool head. There's a lot happening on that roof. You saw the TPs there, and even a few regrets there in terms of missed shots, as well as maybe could have pushed that Wraith. But in the end, they do pretty well to hold on here as we're down to our top 4 squads.
And you got to think, TSM obviously was in the position for game #1 to close it out. Now with aim assist, ultimate high ground is so important. I don't care what anyone says. In Apex, it's just as important as many other titles. But look, someone's going to try and push them. It's going to be Joey Blackout and co. Prodigy aim assist. They're going to get taken out. It's going to aim assist that clutches up. But there's been some casualties. 2 members down for his team. There's always an opportunity for Team Liquid or Solafide to push. Will they decide to? Yes, they do. Here comes the push. The defensive bubble's going to come down. That's going to hold things off for the time being, as they are just desperately trying to heal up. Resulta's healing, gentrifying is rezzing, and aim assist is playing near perfect right now as a team. The defensive bombardment ultimately going to come first. They're going to drop some cover. Aim assist looking great.
Look at that as Team Superior tries to make that push all the way up to height. And in the end, Amethyst holds it down so well. Like you said, they get everyone back up. Perfectly timed bubble as well. And actually a really good job there from Gentrifying to also avoid that ult. And now just trying to stay alive. Going to be Carnage here in our final ring.
Here it goes. Last fight. Solafide, Team Liquid, and Aim Assist, our former champions. Looks like Solafide is still alive. Wattson Fence going to get dropped. Good shot's going to get put in here. Solafide is still in it, but no, in the end.
There's a risk of you losing your placement points there, and is it really worth it? So you want to be secure, you want to be confident in the fights that you do take to get those kills quickly so that you can recover before a third party is able to push you. Here we are with LTP again, with the crypto. Tech going down to 1 HP. Pander's getting the Phoenix kit offline, just trying to defend them as best as he can. He's taking in a lot of damage as well. He's about to go down, and Tech also goes down with him.
Yeah, that's going to be them eliminated.
They have the G7 Scout, they have the Mastiff, two really, really good guns in this game. I personally prefer the Wingman over the Scout, but it's an amazing gun.
There's going to be a battle going down here. You can see shots being exchanged between the two teams. They're a tricky team who had a pretty decent performance in one of our earlier games are going to be winning this battle, and it's NRG Rocker who is going to be taken down. So NRG now eliminated, I believe, from this lobby. But look at the nades still flying into the building. As we talked about that third-party opportunity, and once again, it's being shown here. Now it's up to the last player alive here, playing on the Wattson. Big knock, big massive shots as well, and the traps are doing damage, massive damage, but unfortunately not enough to hold on at the moment. But some of the big teams that are involved in there are obviously very notable, likes of TSM, HRN, NRG. They are at the top of the table at the moment, but another team who is top out of the table currently sat in second place, just 6 points behind TSM, who were currently in third place, now have a massive opportunity here to close that gap and potentially overtake them. And of course, we're talking about the complexity lineup that we are watching right now. 13 seconds until this team behind them has to move in as well, so it's going to be up to complexity to hold them out and do the damage and put some KP on the board, as big shots now coming from Shiny.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see them continue to play the Bloodhound. I would think that they would play something with a little bit more of a defensive character on this map, because it's so small, it's so third-partyable, if you know what I mean, and they're gonna have the best cons in their life to pull this off, and it seems like they're doing fine. They're gonna try and get a kill in the market, but unfortunately for them, that there's a Caustic team in there, so they're not gonna be able to push it quite yet here. Monsoon just healing up, trying to get some info on the other team. They might be getting pushed here in a second. The Caustic pushing up on the roof, him getting a couple massive shots. He goes down though.
Now Shiny's got to finish off this job, and a big massive shot, make that 2, and he's doing all of the work here for complexity, even though Monsoon went down.
So we'll see 3 seconds till the zone closes in. All eyes are on Godsend right now. Will they be able to make it out alive? There's a team on the rock, holding the rock, so it's going to be hard for them to push in here.
Well, Nocturnal probably wishing that he didn't have an alternator to work with at this point in the game, but he's going to try and make it work. Now we're going to see Free Smoke, a team that we haven't seen involved in an end zone so far today, trying to really dominate this lobby. Team Liquid now going to be below them, and it might be all up to them now. 2 squads remaining. Peacekeeper shots will connect, and it is good.
Like Free Smoke, they were in 18th coming into game number 4, and now they've got 2 games where they're only about 20 points away from first, right? So not impossible for teams to come from all the way from the bottom of the leaderboard towards the top. There's still a lot of Apex to play here this evening for the Americas.
Yeah, that's a great call out. A good example of that is mentioned is Free Smoke, a giant 8-kill first place win that net them 20 points, and just like that, Free Smoke is in 8th place. They go from 17th to 8th. They are now in contention for a top 10 finish and an automatic qualifying spot to the finals of our next Summer Circuit Super Regional tournament. Currently on board with Rogue, another team that's currently on the fringe. They're sitting within top 12.
Yeah, this area of the map, as you can just see in the mini-map, there's so many little chokes that teams are going to have to use to get into the area where things are headed in. This is one of the most punishing parts of the map, especially at a stage like this Fallout.
That's exactly right. The fight's going to continue here. currently back on board of HRN. They're going to spot someone. I think it was a flying Pathfinder who's going to rotate out. Needs to be careful though, as Team Liquid is in the vicinity. TL does of course have, I believe it was a center or a longbow to get some shots in. Charge Rifle's going to fire as well. HRN in a very difficult position as they are fighting a three-front war. Team to their left, Team Liquid on top of the building, and of course the team to their right.
Absolutely, you know there's going to be a team posted up. We already saw Liquid here in the farm earlier, as well as teams that are still trying to head a little bit south down to Forest Station as well. And you're going to see them fly by, but the side of HRM is not going to have time to engage there. They're instead just going to make sure that they win this battle here at the farm.
Yeah, Sentinel we just saw getting quite a few kills at the top right of your screen. Again, they were the first very ultra aggressive team before FlyQuest and then of course Complexity have really popularized it more recently. Sentinels, of course, big roster change since back then. Meanwhile, Rep's got an elimination as well. Sentinels continues to pop off. Guess what? That's crucial. That's over Aim Assist, who currently is sitting in 4th place. That's a big kill. TSM, Albrelelli getting a great shot in with the...
And Peach are going to be able to do, keep in mind, they're still going to have to make their route out of the edge of this choke, and they're going to do it right about now. But also taking a look here at Skirt, who has a little bit of high ground, as they're also keeping their eye down here right towards farm.
That's exactly right. Skirt, another team on the fringe for that top 10 qualifying spot for the next. We'll see what they can do. Is they have won a game, but they didn't win it with enough kills to really make a dent in the standings. Now, looks like the Wraith portal is going to be placed, jumping on with the Aim Assist, 4th place. Aim Assist getting some good shots in, as you know, in that close range with that controller, you know, as the name states, they're going to hit shots. Meanwhile, Team Liquid putting in some great work, Designful, all up to you, buddy, as he's forced to heal up and try to survive. But here comes the aggression. I believe it's from Skirt nearby.
Absolutely Designful. We saw a profile on him earlier. Going to try to stay alive, do everything that he can there, as we just have 5 squads left. Skirt taking a whole bunch of damage here as they try to poke and get punished right away.
Exactly right. 5 squads remain in this one. Imperial Hal took out Madness of Skirt, so we know we have TSM. We know we have Team Liquid, 2 of our top 3 teams. However, Complexity is out of this one. This is going to be quite the shakeup, as we're now on board with TSM pushing with aggression. Flanker's going to get taken out by Rocker of NRG. And TSM getting some great shots in on the flank here. Action is heating up. 4 squads remain. TSM going to wipe out Skirt, and they're not done yet. They're going to get some great shots. The flank coming through. Imperial Hal running absolute circles, but missing a couple crucial shots. And no, he's going to get taken out. That is crucial, as NRG has the ultimate position here against Team Liquid. Let's go ahead and jump into a listening with Team Liquid.
One shot, absolutely won. I need help, I need help, I need help. It's on me, on me. You win that, you win that. No, I got headshot. No, it's Peach. Fuck.
Absolutely brutal for Team Liquid, as we thought we'd catch them in the middle of a heated 3 versus 3 fight. We thought they had the advantage in that position, as they were the ones that were occupying that position early on, but somehow, some way, NRG was able to take it. Clutch plays coming through from NRG. And when it's all said and done, I believe we have a 2 versus 2 fight. Resulta and Designful from our reigning champions Aim Assist going up against NRG. Bravo, it all comes down to this.
Here we go, look at the spray, some great team shots coming out there. Yes, Aim Assist.
Now, especially when you're playing Gibraltar, you want to have that close range damage, and they seem like they're not going to be too aggressive this game. They're going to wait it out. They're going to play for the edge of the zone, and they're going to play for placement. They're going to try and win this one out and get that dub for today.
LTP are trying to get involved in a battle here and trying to line up some crossfire on this team inside a bunker. But one thing that really has stood out for me from Complexity is the calmness in their comms and their communication. Yeah, they've been having fun, and yeah, they're kind of Complexity. You can't take that away from them in the way that they do talk to each other and communicate in these games. But I think Shiny really has had an effect on this lineup. He's kind of been able to put the brakes on them sometimes in some of those pushes that might have previously been a little bit reckless. And this is the position they find themselves in, as Tech hits some beautiful shots there with the 301 to get the down. But I really feel like even this early on for Complexity, he's been a fantastic addition to this lineup.
Yeah, right now LTP's sitting at 2nd to last place. They're going to try and play this aggressively. They want that top 10. They want to be able to qualify for this next tournament, but they're taking in so much damage. Tech at 1 HP, Lion at 1 HP with the grapple, trying to grapple out of there. He might be able to survive, but he's lost both of his teammates. He's doing the best he can to zip out. He's still 1 HP, but he's definitely getting chased by HRN, Urice, and Simply RKN going in for that KP. Will they be able to chase him? He is a Pathfinder, and indeed they do not have a Pathfinder right now. Will they be able to track him down underneath here? We're about to find out in about 2 seconds. He finds him, he kills him.
They want to try and take fights, and Bloodhound a perfect way to do that, as we see Zero now, last man alive for his squad, trying to get some finishes onto this team who are inside of bunker, and we're seeing so many teams try and rotate through bunker, and just as I say that, right on cue, the third party arrives to get involved and finish him off.
Unfortunately for him, 303 Esports was ready for that third party, and as he was rezzing, they got the kill point. Maybe the both, no, just one of the kill points, because he did not get that res off. It's funny to see, you know, in my rank game, sometimes I let people get those reses off just so I can get that extra KP for my for my rank in my like diamond solo queue games, you know.
Yeah, you got to do these things, right? You got to do what you got to do to get that RP on the board, but this isn't about RP. This is about money, this is about prestige, and this is about being the best team in the Americas region. And now we're going to see OBV trying to push in here. They're coming under a fair bit of damage as they bobbled forward with that Gibraltar dome, and this is kind of an eggs all-in-one basket kind of play from them. You can see in a minute and 49 seconds, they're going to have to move through this bunker and force this team out. If they lose this fight, then it could be all over for them. Shots are going to be exchanged here, and I'm looking at the kill feed right now, and I'm seeing some complexity lights up. So Cole managing to pick up some kills and
recovering, recuperating, and they're a little bit far from the zone, but they'll be able to manage. Getting that Evo shield. After red, they got 2 red Evo shields. Great shots.
Big shots from Vayne, as you say. A great job from him. TSM now coming under a little bit of pressure. Imperial How's going to have to heal. Reps is going to be taken down now, and again, it's the Kraber here from Liquid who really are spoiling the party, and for complexity, this is absolutely huge. Imperial How has managed to get some shields back. Reps has managed, Abralelli is now using his as well as Flanker comes in to take down Reps. TSM backs against the walls, but they look like they're trying to do the damage. How manages to get one down. Nocturnal now managing to get involved in the fight as well, but here comes complexity. If they can take down TSM here, they wouldn't be in a huge opportunity to win this tournament. Monsoon now moving in, 96 with 1 shot. Can't get the finish, but does connect again, and that is going to be huge as KP now go into the hands of complexity.
Well, now here we are going to listen into complexity. Let's see what they have going on in their mind, in their comms.
I'm dribbling them.
Good dribble. I'm looking west.
I have to grab light. I'm grabbing light.
I'm clearing out of what?
I'm hitting them hard.
Nade inside if you can.
Nading.
Just play this shit forward, please.
Nade right there if you can. Never mind.
I have an arc there as well.
Target spotted.
What do you want?
It's in hit. Yeah, they'll be on the rock.
Just chill. Wait, on this route, on this fucking car. He's 110 red right here. 130.
50, I hit him 50. Dead.
Good shit.
I'm chilling.
I have a fucking caustic. Careful.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna dive in here as well whenever I can.
Careful. Shiny.
What's up? No. I'm therming their butt. I'm therming it. They're coming through.
99.
Oh my
120.
god.
I need the Q.
I'm down. They're just in the corner here, both of them.
I got path. It's only one HP. Dead.
Okay, well, 2v1. On port.
I'm
24.
It's just you.
I couldn't win it.
Kills in this last game, and that they came from number 11 all the way up to number 2 here to finish us out. Tom, complexity, what do you have to say?
If it's a game, I'm losing, 'cause I said I'd never do this.